To smell the bacon that Joe's got going in a pan down here. He knows we're fans of his. Joe Thompson from Crisp Catering. I already have your website linked at the top of False Picks.
Great.
For the day. We're doing a bunch of food that was all produced locally, right?
Right, all farmers market.
That's great.
We've got some. Our main attraction is black bass.
Take a look at this bad boy down here.
Passmore Ranch in Slough House.
So this is farm raised in Slough House.
Yeah.
And by the way, jump over and look at our beautiful finished product over here that we are heading towards. That just looks fantastic.
And instead of spending a day going out and getting cold trying to fish it up, you go to the farmer's market on the freeway on Sunday. He's got them in tanks right there.
Live?
Can't get any fresher.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
And he'll knock them on the head for you, put them on a bag of ice, and you bring them home and do whatever you want.
Run home and tell your wife you caught it.
Exactly.
Right.
I can't say I've ever done that. But
okay.
All right, what we've started here, this is going to be our side dish. We're going to do a braised bok choy.
Okay.
So, of course, we've started with bacon. Also local, Bledsoe Farms out of Woodland.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they do great stuff as well.
You had me at bacon.
All right. So what we've done is we've actually taken the black bass and we've cut it into steaks.
Okay.
Okay, we've heated up just a little bit of oil here in the pan. And what we're going to do is we're going to salt and pepper it. You can be very generous with this.
Okay.
We'll put this side down. And we're going to put it on the skin. Okay? The reason we're going to do that is we don't want the skin to curl up too much on it, so we're going to sear it on the skin right there.
Oh, see, now that's a good tip already, because I've had the skin of a fish do that. If you start with the skin side down, it kind of fixes it in place. Okay, great.
You betcha. So we're going to start with that, and that's going to go about a minute on each side of the skin, get the skin nice and crunchy.
Okay.
Which is edible. We're going to eat it when we're done.
Okay. Have we had to descale the skin?
Yes.
Okay.
We descaled it, cleaned it out as well.
Sure.
So we're going to leave that there. Our bacon, as you can see, is starting to get nice and crispy in some spots.
Yes.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little bit of shallots. Again, local farmers market item.
Yeah, we got lots of time here, Chef. This is great.
And we got a little bit of butter that we're going to add in here too, because you always want a little bit of thickness in any sort of sausage.
If there's one thing I like to add to my bacon, it's butter.
Of course. Well, what else can you do? Now we've got a pan here. We're going to make our sauce, and what we've done is you can cheat and use apple juice, but what we've done is we've actually taken apples, cut them up, roasted them, put them through a sieve, and created our own version of apple juice.
Okay, and it's been roasted, so that's going to give it a little different flavor too, huh? Yeah.
So we've got that. We've got a little bit of cream here, because you got to have cream with your bacon.
Well, sure. Yeah.
A little bit of vinegar.
Oh, this looks great.
And all we're going to do is start to cook that down. We're going to get that nice and warm. And then at the last minute, we're going to add some butter to thicken it up.
That's all there is to that? You just reduce it a little bit and add butter?
Just reduce it and add butter. All right, so our shallots are starting to look good in here.
Yeah.
Bok choy, again at the farmer's market.
Before you throw that in, take note of the size of this handful, because one of the amazing things, if you don't end up, if you've never cooked or wilted fresh greens, a giant pile ends up being just a little small serving by the time you're done, right? So, okay.
So we're going to put that in there, and we're just going to stir this around.
Okay.
Okay, let that kind of wilt in there. You can see on our fish here, we're starting to get a little bit of marks on our skin.
Okay.
So we're starting to get a nice little brown color. We're just going to turn it over real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is this something that's going to be in the pan for a while, then it goes in the oven to finish?
Right.
Okay.
We're going to cook it on the stovetop about 4 or 5 minutes, then we're going to finish it in the oven.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we've got our sauce going here. Now we're just going to add the rest of our butter here.
Okay, well, if you must.
To thicken it up. Well, it's all about New Year's, and, butter comes from dairy. And that is one of the main food groups.
Sure, absolutely. And can I say, in all seriousness, I'm a guy who, although despite what you sometimes see, I care about what I eat. In moderation, you can do things like this.
Exactly.
And, we're not going to break out a straw and drink all this. But, let yourself make something delicious sometimes.
Right. So you can see the bok choy now is getting nice and covered with all the oils from the bacon, the butter, the shallots. Okay. Our sauce is almost done here. We're just going to melt those little cubes of butter in there, and you can see it's almost done.
Ah, beautiful.
And we would have put the fish in the oven.
Talk to me about that. That goes into what temp and for how long?
350 for about an additional 2 to 3 minutes after you do the skin.
Is this the kind of thing where you'd reach in and touch it and give it a feel and just know that it's done, and you just kind of develop a knack for that over time? Okay,
and
beautiful.
You want to get a little flake to it, so we're going to just set it down like that. Get that side nice and crispy now.
And you'll see the finished product there in just a minute.